and we do not deserve to be treated like criminals. In this time of unbelievable crime and violence in our state, it seems that your department must have more pressing issues that need your attention. Please turn your focus to the public service you were chosen to perform. Incarceration of those who provide for the ill and disenfranchised should not be part of that. We are all following state laws. As a matter of fact, we heard from our top cop in this country, Eric Holder, on June the 2nd in Rhode Island. In his statement to the press, he said that we must sit down and find compromise on dispensaries for safe access. And then on June 3rd, we get this letter from Mr. Dwight Holton telling us to stop growing, stop living. I will not take Vicodin. No. I want to have a wonderful quality of life. I choose to live that way. If you want to, Mr. Holton, take Vicodin and all those other pharmaceuticals, please feel free to do it. But I am not asking you for permission. I am a disabled Oregonian, and along with many others, thousands of us, we want to be free of pharmaceutical poison. Now I'd like to introduce Paul Loney, our attorney. He is here. And let's think about a sensible Oregon, please.
Thank you, Madeline. And again, a big thank you to our city politicians that allowed us to speak here. Dwight Holton today tried to stop us. We believe that from speaking on public property at our city hall. I mean, how can that person be sworn to uphold the Constitution? I don't know. Please, Mr. Holton, think again about what you're doing to this country, to Oregon, to our citizens. And it is not up to Dwight Holton, to any sheriff, any district attorney, or any chief of police to decide what the law is. That's what we have a court system for. Yes. We have separation of powers in this country. Judges decide what the law is, not Dwight Holton. So until our courts say what is and what isn't, it's legal here. All the clubs that is operating in Oregon are operating under Oregon law. And I don't care what a sheriff in any county says or any district attorney says, they don't decide the law. It's the judges who decide the law. Yep. I urge everybody here to call their local district attorney, whatever county it is. If you're in Multnomah County, call Mike Schrunk in Faygo. But if you're somewhere else, call him and say, you're an elected politician. Isn't there other crimes that are unsolved? Is there crimes of violence? How many rapes go unsolved in this state? What are you doing? Why are you wasting resources? Why are you locking up, threatening to lock up otherwise law-abiding citizens, taking money away from them? These are people that have jobs. These are not criminals. And so write them, and also your sheriff. They're an elected politician as well. Write to your sheriff, call them and say, why are you doing this? Because they're politicians, they respond to voters. And I think it's time that we put together a political action committee to target some of these sheriffs and some of these. It's time to be sensible about this. This is a time where we all have to prioritize our budget. Mike Schrunk realizes that. How come the district attorney of Clackamas County doesn't realize that? Or down in Eugene, Plain County, why doesn't he realize down there he's got to prioritize? How about in Eastern Oregon, Southern Oregon? We're all Oregonians. We all have this right. Again, I just want everybody to remember that it is not up to the sheriff to decide what the law is, how it's interpreted. That's up to a judge, and that's why we have a court system that we all believe in. And so, and once again, thanks everybody for coming out today. And remember, always stand up for your rights. Always. We have a Constitution, and Oregon Constitution and a U.S. Constitution. Read them both. Become familiar with them. Because that's what our country is built upon, and that's how we have a medical marijuana program. It is because of our constitutional right to redress our grievances and to pass laws. And thank you, Evan.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you so much, and I just want to thank all of you, and I always want you to remember that together, if we stand united, look at all these beautiful faces, we must stay united. Call me, I'll call you. Let's stay in touch. Let's not let the momentum end, because this is a total overreach of the federal government all over the country, and help us. We are trying to form a new initiative, get it out there, Sensible Oregon. We'd like to have sensible marijuana reform laws in our state. We have passed the hemp bill, but we can't put it into action because the feds can't tell marijuana from hemp. Are you kidding me? How much money do these guys make? Get an education. I'm a retired police officer. When I worked, I had to have in-service training so I could know about all the drugs out there. You're kidding me? They don't know? Mr. Holton, please, go get some training so that our country, so that our environment, so that our people can once again thrive. Our economy is in the slumps. We have no money. Let's grow hemp. Let's get our farmers back to work. We don't have to have one other American die for foreign oil. We can grow our own oil. We can feed the people of this state, and we can export hemp and make millions of billions of dollars for our economy, for our people, not for another country. Well, thank you all so very much for being here. Let's get school funding. Let's not arrest innocent people. All right, I want to thank you all for your time, and if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Are there some petitions that can be signed?
You want to speak in?
Are there some petitions that can be signed?
There aren't any petitions, but there are letters to Dwight Holton here, and we will let you know as soon as we are circulating that petition. Because we do have, what do we have? No, we don't have any petitions to sign, but she does. All right. Thank you. So everybody get out there and do what you can to change it for all of us, not just for medical marijuana patients. There are hundreds of thousands of cannabis consumers in the state of Oregon, and until we try to remove all civil and criminal penalties, we are not going to get 51% of the vote. Dispensaries aren't going to get it. So let's just regulate marijuana for everyone.
Hi everybody, I'm Jackie Conley, and I got this organized with the great Miss Anna Diaz and Miss Madeline Martinez. But I wanted to say I'm a PTA mom, and next year my son's school is not going to be funded, and I think that this is the best way to fund my son's education. Properly. And this is the best way to get it done.
So we can only do this with all of you. With all of you pushing. Sign whatever you want to sign out here, but make sure you're making progress. Please, everybody, we have to stay vigilant. Don't just forget about it when you go home today. Keep on fighting the good fight. And together we can end this war on Americans. Seriously, it's got to be done now.
Good job, Jackie. I'm not kidding you. Thank you for representing us.
I'm a steering committee for the Normal Women's Alliance, and as I stand here today looking out at the crowd here, I see that there are a lot of more women than I have seen it in past events. Women of this country and say that we are the ones who ended alcohol prohibition years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. We are the protectors of hearth and home. We are the ones who can change this. It's time for all of us to step forward and walk shoulder to shoulder with the men who have been fighting this battle for so long and end cannabis prohibition completely for all adults. And that way, all this bullshit. Oops. And the medical marijuana will stop. People are still going to jail that have medical marijuana cards. Children are being taken from their mothers even if they have a medical marijuana card. It's not enough. And we need to stand up and move forward shoulder to shoulder and end this now. Thank you. Right. So many of us are just normal moms blazing the Oregon Trail, and we will continue to fight for freedom every step of the way. Join us, join normal, get involved, please. It's our future, the future of your children. I'm just a grandma. I'm not doing anything wrong. Why is the DOJ focusing on all of us good people? Leave us alone, Mr. Holden. There were 3 gang murders, 2 stabbings in our city. Why doesn't he focus on that? Thank you. Thank you all so much for being here. I so appreciate your time.
Thank you, Madeline.